Welcome back. Well, as I mentioned, we have three people here from the Republican Club. We have Pam, Bob, and Pat. Well, welcome to the show. How are all of you?
We're good, thank you.
Good. Well, we've got a lot going on. Obviously, we have an election year, and you guys have a lot to cover. So, Pam, we're going to start with you. You want to talk about what it is about a precinct, and you're the chair.
Right.
Okay.
I'm the city chair for the Republican Club.
All right.
And a lot of people don't understand what a precinct team is, and they're the grassroots of the Republican Party. Mm-hmm. And they're really powerful because the precinct team interacts with the actual voter.
Okay.
And we're looking for volunteers, and our goal is to reach every Republican voter in Laguna Woods before the primary.
Okay, and that primary is the 7th of June.
June 7th.
Right. So when you talk about a precinct team, so obviously you're interacting with the voter. What do you do?
Well, what they do, and actually it is fun because you get to meet a lot of different people, is we promote Republican candidates and issues such as school choice. Right now we're promoting that as an issue.
Okay.
And the precinct team makes phone calls to the registered Republicans, and they also walk in their neighborhoods.
Okay.
And they contact the Republican voters that live in their neighborhoods.
Okay.
And they inform them about the different issues that are going on. And we also tell them that it's really important that they vote. And we do handouts of materials regarding the different candidates.
Now, how do you normally do the handouts? Do you walk around the Laguna Woods, or do you do it at locations, or how does that work?
We just do the village.
Okay.
So the Republican Club is just contacting
those in the village.
The Republican voters that live in the village.
Okay, great. Training, is there training involved?
There is training involved.
Okay.
And what you do for the training is I meet one-on-one with the different people that are going to be volunteering and go over what they need to be doing.
Okay, excellent. Now, Pat, you are a precinct volunteer.
Right.
And what do you do?
I will call people.
So you're like a dial for dollars kind of gal.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes they pick up, sometimes they don't.
Right.
When they pick up, then it's you meet somebody new and you make a new friend and you make a new Republican voter.
Okay.
Hopefully. That's
well,
the
right.
whole
I mean,
idea.
I think, well, the other thing is you also probably have to tell everybody about the issues, right? I mean, you have certain issues that you feel very strongly about, and then it's your job to relay those issues.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's like, hey, are you happy with what you're doing right now? Would you rather hear about, different types of things? So you have to be very knowledgeable.
Exactly. And you also have to get them excited about it too.
Right. So
a lot of people are we're going through a lot of stuff right now, so you want to get people excited and involved.
Well, and it's also getting them excited to vote regardless of what their party is, because some people are very they lethargic. They don't want to go vote, and I know you guys are trying to make it really easy for people to vote as well as register to vote. So, and that's kind of where you're going to come in here. Is you're going to tell me a little bit about how to register, and the primary, like you said, is right around the corner. What do people need to know about registering?
Well, there's some critical dates. There's April 28th when the voter information guides are sent out.
Okay.
And if you don't get it before May 9th, May 9th is the first day to vote. So you want to get it before May 9th so you know what the candidates stand for.
Okay.
And the last day to register to vote in the primary is May 23rd. After that, it's only conditional voting, which means you have to fill out a bunch of forms and they determine whether your vote will count.
Okay.
And then the voting centers, the select voting centers, they're open on May 28th. And there are just a few. And then on May 23rd, they'll open all the voting centers. It's not like the old days where they had precincts all around the place. These are just a few voting centers.
Well, that's good. I mean, I know things are a little bit easier for people to, get their ballots, turn them in, you know, what have you. Now, there's another thing that you wanted to tell us about for registration. Now, you don't just have to go online. You guys have a vehicle that you're driving around.
Yeah, one of our ladies has a golf cart, and she's a mobile registration person.
I love that. How does it work? I mean, does she just take, like, does she write down your name and stuff, or how does that work?
Well, she has the registration forms, and she helps you fill it out.
Oh, okay, great. So she's got all the forms and everything needed. Excellent. Now, Pam, is there anything else that you want to let people know about Precinct?
Yes, I do. I want to stress why it's important to become a precinct team member, because our goal is to reach every Republican voter before that primary.
Right.
And to encourage them to vote. And then also, the ballots are going to be mailed out May 9th. Mm-hmm. So we need people to volunteer to help us get the word out about the issues and the candidates that are out there.
Prior to May 9th.
Exactly.
Okay. So now, when you have people now, and approximately how many people are you looking for? Is it just an open-ended number?
An open-ended number.
Great.
Right. As many as
maybe
we
you're
can
going to get 1,000. Who
That would be
knows? Wouldn't that be
perfect.
wonderful if you had that many people?
It would.
Who would be willing to dial like you? You know, you just dial that phone, and that's great. I say dial, but it's really not a dial, right? It's just pushing those numbers.
Yeah,
Perfect.
most people though walk, and
Oh, okay.
and then you only go to Republican residences.
Oh, I see.
And there you give them the information, and we also invite them to come to our Republican club meetings.
Right, and that was a fantastic segue into what Pat is going to tell us about the meeting that's coming up. And you guys have Pat Bates coming.
I'm sorry?
You have Pat Bates coming.
Yes, Pat Bates is coming.
Great,
And,
tell us about it.
There's a couple more too that are running for the Superior Court, and they'll be there. And so please sign up and give a call to Pat Zingaro. She's on the screen right there, 303-886-9600.
Okay.
And make a reservation.
Now it's a lunch, so you guys have a meeting for the first 45 minutes. And is that when the speakers come on, or are the speakers during the lunch?
The speakers come on about 12:15, right? Just when. So there's kind of a social hour going on first, and then then they come on.
Okay.
And,
now, are the speakers there from the beginning so people can meet them and ask questions beforehand?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's great. That's good.
That's one part of the social hour and stuff. So
right.
So we've had what, about 140, I think, at the
that's
last
great.
meeting. So.
Okay, good. And then you have meetings every month, right? And what are the days of those meetings?
The first. What is it?
It's the first Friday of the month.
The first Friday
of every month.
Yeah.
Okay, and I imagine that you'll be having speakers throughout the next few months, probably right up until the election. Would that be correct?
And I'd like to explain how people can sign up to be on the precinct team.
All right.
And what you can do, you can call me and my number is 951-972-7946.
Okay.
And then you can register with the ocgop.org. That's what you'd go online. And then once you sign up for them, they give you what precinct your neighborhood is. And that's where you would be walking and talking to the Republican voters in your neighborhood.
Perfect. Well, I love that. Well, all of you, thank you so much for the information. You've got a lot of work ahead of you, but we appreciate you volunteering.
Thanks for having us, Lisa.
Yes,
You're welcome.
You.
All right, thank you. And if you want more information about what we've just discussed, you can always go to the Republican Club of Laguna Woods.org. We'll be right back.